Okay, we're in another MSEM GP match, and we have got Styles. Oh my, why are there a bunch of random windows? My computer just keeps throwing random windows at me, and I'm not sure why. So we've got a kind of mirror match, and that we've got. Let me load up a deck similar to Styles' decks. This is just my deck, but Styles and I are on very similar lists. So this deck aims to use cards that ramp, and the main one would be down here in Cherry Restoration, which lets you search up. It basically triple ramps you, but it also double or triple ramps your opponent. And you use that along with ways to find it, and Tend to the Grove will always find it. And then Chaos is your redemption, can hit Tend and Chattery and whatever other thing you want to have a 2/3 chance to find it. And yeah, you ramp a bunch and you do good, and then you just cast some really big things. Meanwhile, as we see here, Scribbl is on a control deck that with... Why is it on both? Control deck, which is, also running a big card, and this is a big shared card between both of them, and that is Heart of Zidina. Where is it? Heart of Zidina. This deck runs 3, Scribbl's runs 1, I believe. And yeah, this land makes so much mana. Yeah, just so much. We've got double Children of the Cloud, so this is a really big one. And you've got Stand Unassailable for some more life gain, End of Days as a board wipe, Reveal Eternities for some draw, and Double Wayfarer's Shrine. And notably, this is going... No counter spells is a big note for against Styles. Who's going first? Styles is going first. As Styles does have Heart, Styles has Valdez on 1, though you can fetch. Another big play in this deck is touching Elryan on 1, which lets you just untap so many lands. It's absolutely insane card. Since, yeah, it's fetchable. So yeah, you can do some crazy stuff. Okay, just going to play up the fetch tap. Okay, actually going to shock it in here. Looks like they're going to get Elryan, turn 1. So that could be turn 1 Elryan, turn 2 fetch Valdez, turn 3, no. Yeah, so we're probably going to see Elryan come out of the deck here. Yep, there's Elryan. Yeah, just gets so much mana. And we could see Valdez here. But it's also pretty likely that this could just be land pass, as they will need a red source for... Actually, no, this can fetch a Crumbling Precipice, which is a black-red land. So that will be able to ensure you have red-green next turn to be able to tend. And currently, Scribble doesn't have a counterspell, but Scribble could draw one, so we'll see about that. And yeah, just going to tap the land to get a counter on Elryan, and that's going to play Valdez, hit low. It's going to get that Children of the Clouds, very notably outside of Scribble's hand, and give Styles the knowledge that Scribble doesn't have a counterspell right now, which is really big. And yeah, Biohazard, RFE, these are win cons, Biohazard being a board wipe, which isn't the most relevant in this matchup, but RFE being card draw, it can, becomes a big beater on the swing back, and sure, you're ramping your opponent, but you're the ramp deck, you're the one that's probably going to be using the mana better. And they aren't really putting that much pressure on you, so yeah, I'd say Styles is in a better position here. This is probably going to be Shifting Glade, tap 3, go for Tend to the Grove, which is guaranteed to cascade into Cherry Restoration, which, triple ramps you, gets one from hand, graveyard, and a basic land from your deck, puts them all into the battlefield tapped, and your opponent does the same. So really, absolutely insane card. Obviously, you're giving your opponent 2 to 3 lands, which is extremely dangerous a lot of the time. But I can't stress this enough. If you're... This deck has... Okay, going to be more cautious. Playing out the RFE, this might be a misplay in my opinion. This is probably a misplay in my opinion, but I understand the want to, play cautious against a control deck. But yeah, now with double Tend, then play tapped Lush Oasis. Notably, no basics out yet. I'd go for the Tend. But then again, I also have the knowledge that Scribble doesn't have a counterspell. But then again, Styles also has the knowledge that Scribble didn't have a counterspell. And now that gets even harder to see now that Scribble is Reveal Eternitiesing. Also, just kind of a side note, something cool to have on Cockatrice was be able to see when a player looks at the top cards of their deck. That for spectators, that'd be something really useful. Okay, still looking for the top 3. I mean, if there's a counterspell, that's not so bad now, especially since I believe most of Scribble's counterspells are soft. Let me see. Scribble has just one hard counter spell and two soft ones in Portal Fracture and Cosmic Sinkhole. Okay, get Simmel to their hand, stand unassailable. Yeah, there's soft counter spell we see with Portal Fracture. It's the graveyard. So this is probably just going to be a stand unassailable here. Sure, the 7 life isn't too relevant in this matchup, but I mean, it's still, you want to be doing something with your mana, and you're still bluffing a, just show that card, Cosmic Sinkhole. So this is a 4 spike on 1, it becomes a 3 mana leak, and then you're never really casting it for 5. A 4 spike or 3 mana leak, this card sees a lot of play. It's a super awesome card. And it might not seem the best, but it's actually really good in practice. And this was originally just X and blue and not double X and blue, and that's just absolutely insane. I'm sure you have to spend extra mana, but I mean, mana bases are really good. Okay, yeah, we could. Looks like it's probably going to just be a 10 to the grove here. Okay, going to 4 mana, could be playing a Valdis here. Could be an interesting play. Elrayan up to 7 counters, which means it will, fire next turn. Yep, it's just going to be Valdez to get something down. And then next turn, Scribble has Simul, which can go +2 up to 6 because this puts a loyalty counter on each Planeswalker, which includes itself. Simul plus, it's effectively a 2 up to 6, and do a thing. Roots from Ruin is another board wipe, along with End of Days. But yeah, Style's playing very cautiously, so those board wipes aren't really doing too much right now. Okay, it's going to be a Simul, and Simul most likely going, okay, will it be untapped? Yep, it's going to be untapped and cast another stand unassailable up to 32. Now, obviously, stand unassailable is going to be a lot more relevant if Styles is going for the more conservative plan of, I'll just try and beat you down with big coalescers, and that there's a Chaos is your redemption, which is a guaranteed way to get out some kind of threat or a card draw, because what you can do with Chaos is your redemption. And yeah, I have a similar deck in the Chaos is your redemption. You have Gate of Realms and Intrepid as 2 threats, along with Beyond All Horizons as a coalesce threat. And these all search up Heart of Sedina. And then you also have Recall Forgotten Aeons as a coalesce threat that also draws some cards. And yeah, those are your cards you get with Chaos is your redemption. Oh. Okay, Styles just thinking yes though. Okay, Styles going to play Heart of Sedina, the land. Okay, yeah, plays Heart of Sedina. Going to blue, green, perhaps deciding what lands to use. Tap for Heart of Sedina. Okay, going to use Elrayan, interestingly. So giving up that ability to untap all lands this turn. So not really much in hand, and I think producing the Heart of Sedina mana is how, yeah. And yeah, the Elrayan is now up to 10 because, or it should be at 10 because you are tapping Heart of Sedina for mana. But, I mean, I can't say that because I'm a spectator. So, and yeah, that Styles' mistake, and it probably won't matter as it turns on next turn anyway, or with this Crumbling Precipice. But yeah, okay, not going to do that. So Elrayan should be at 7 then. Okay, going to use Heart of Sedina. That will put Elrayan at 10. Technically should be at 11, but anything further than 10 doesn't matter. Okay, Scribble saying wait. I assume this could be maybe considered like a take back or something. Yeah, Styles clarifies, should be at 10 anyway. So Styles is just shortcutting there, but obviously just a clarification here. Okay, 6 red mana plus a blue or a green, so this could be either Chaos is your redemption, 10 to the Grove, or okay, going to just be Chaos is your redemption. And what this hits here could be really interesting. And we'll see. It could be Gate of Realms Intrepid maybe to start trying to push damage, or maybe Arthi get more mana. Obviously, this Elrayan here can sack to untap all these lands. Heart of Sedina will make some mana. Okay, Gate of Realms as one, as expected. Absolutely really good threat in this deck. Not all Horizons. So this could be trying to search up a, not sure if, big one's Monument of Queens. Not sure if Styles modified the deck to add more utility lands, and there's a Recall Forgotten Eons as the other one. And we'll roll a dice here to see which one it is. Okay, Arthi going to be 1, Beyond All Horizons 2, and Gate of Realms 3. we'll see what the die roll is. Okay, it will be a Gate of Realms, which I think is one of the better hits here. Obviously, you aren't actually getting a land into play, which the other two do. But if you really needed it that much, you could have fetched 10 or Frateri off it. So, yeah. Scribble has double sweeper, but yeah, the sweepers, sure, end of days hits Styles' entire board. End of days usually just names something like planes. Yeah, well, definitely names it here. Give Realms, yep, going to fetch Monument Queens. I don't believe Scribble has any instant speed removal. Yeah, no instant speed removal from Scribble, so that is going to be quite dangerous as a threat. Yeah, no instant speed removal whatsoever, just counter spells and card draw in the instant slot. And going to kill the symbol with Valdez and 8 rounds. Yep. And just going to pass the turn, leaving Elrain at 10, not using it yet. Scribble just draws a land here. Yeah, Scribble's in a really bad position here, not even able to coalesce if that symbol had sticked around. Obviously, still does have this reveal a turn and splashback, but that's only drawing one card, and you really don't want to be doing that in this situation, especially with Styles having so much mana, especially with this Elryan. Yeah, just plays the land top and passes, and it's going to be pretty dangerous because if Styles... Okay, there's the second Heart of Zadina, so Styles just going to make an absolutely insane amount of mana. Okay, yep. So Styles could tent here, but I don't know if that's worth it. Could just play out the Biohazard. But honestly, I think I'm just leaning towards trying to go Heart of Zadina there, go Monument of Queens by 2, and then on your turn just start pumping that Monument of Queens to be a huge thing on Scribble's end step. Especially since Scribble, again, doesn't have instant speed removal for the Monument of Queens, so you're going to be able to swing with that thing. And it's going to be big. Can obviously also go for 10 to the Grove to A, make your Plague Lands not deal damage to you. And B, also, get you a ton more lands with different names for your Heart of Zadina. So that is notable. But you're also triple ramping Scribble to allow Scribble to start coalescing. But also you have Biohazard to wipe away the Horrors or Revelations. Yeah, just going to play out Biohazard X equals 0, which will just start damaging Scribble. Be a nice clock. But I think fetching basics to stop your Plague Lands from dealing damage is also quite important here. And obviously you're still really leaving up Gate of Realms, growing Monument of Queens. Currently at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you grow Queens by 1 and Gate of Realms on Scribble's end step. Scribbles gets to reveal Eternities here. So yeah, Styles choosing to play cautiously this game, which could be the right choice, it could be the wrong choice. But obviously, if Styles isn't playing cautiously here, you let Scribble play out those Revelations from the grave, start gaining more life, getting threats on board, and sure, you have a bunch more mana, but you're not really doing as much as you could be doing. If you had less mana, sure, you might grow Monument Queens more, but you're still taking 12. If there's 2 stand-unassailable, or taking a ton, and you also have Biohazard support, right? So maybe you could argue Styles could have gone for the Triteri. But I think we're seeing that especially with Scribble's honestly terrible luck so far with draws. They haven't really been the best. Yeah. Okay, there's Intrepid to fetch Scribble's own Heart of Zadina, or let me see if there's a land hate option. Scribble's mana base. There is a Mirror Gate. So Intrepid could fetch Mirror Gate to turn off Heart of Zadina here. Or could fetch Scribble's own Heart of Zadina, but I find the Mirror Gate fetch a lot more likely, since it will really cut off Styles' mana by a lot. So yeah, I could probably Mirror Gate is the right play. Yep, there's the Intrepid coming down. And this is solely in Styles and my deck, because of the fact that you have Chaos as your redemption, so you need 3 different ways to fetch Heart. Because otherwise it isn't guaranteed off Chaos as your redemption, and there just so happens to be 3 good land tutors at mana value 3, so you don't mess up with Cascade, those being Intrepid, as we see here, Gate of Realms, as we're also seeing, and if we hop over here, we see Beyond All Horizons as the last one, and yeah, we did see that earlier from Styles too, so yep, Biohazard's going to damage Scribble for a bit, going to grow Monument of Queens, and Gate of Realms it looks like too. Okay, not Gate of Realmsing, interestingly. Not sure why not. Okay, Scribble also interestingly chooses to fetch their own Heart of Zadina over a Gate. And I could see that definitely being a big misplay here, especially with Styles having that second Heart of Zadina. So this Monument of Queen's going to become absolutely huge. Not sure how big it'll be, but it's gonna be big. And it has lifelink, so you're also gaining life off the mana you spend. Which doesn't fully negate. Wait, does it fully negate the playground? Yeah, I think it does, because you get more mana off the playground. It chooses to play Timber Range, most likely fetching a basic forest here. Yeah, now the Plaguelands don't deal you damage anymore because you have two basics. Probably should move this forest to the side, just to clarify different name count for Heart of Zadina, but won't matter too much. Okay, Heart of Zadina going to make a bunch of mana here. You all know the drill. Heart of Zadina goes up to how much mana is it at? 8. So yeah, you got 8 red mana. Grow Monument of Queens by 2. You grow Monument of Queens by 2. Just float 2 off, or you could coalesce Recall Forgotten. That is something you shouldn't forget about. A Monument of Queens is a 3/3 Vigilance, Flying, First Strike, Trample, Lifelink. Lots of keywords. Yeah. Monument of Queens, really good card. And currently holding El Ryan is leaving up Gate of Realms here. It's going to be 5 damage. Scribble going to animate Intrepid, block the Valdez, it looks like. I could block Monument, but that literally does nothing because it has First Strike, because before blocks, probably just going to bolt it with Gate of Realms. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Gate of Realms hits Intrepid, kills it, and Scribble having 2 sweepers, but I mean, it's really for nothing here because Styles isn't playing out a big board of creatures. And I mean, sure, you can hit your. Actually, this is a pretty good sweeper. You hit Gabe, Biohazard, and Valdez. And yeah, Styles does have the Monument of Queens, but that's not nearly as much damage as you would get. This could be a El Ryan. Okay, yep, going to be El Ryan. I personally would have chosen to float red there, but obviously you might want black because of your Azos that you could draw if you're coalescing RFE here, which is probably the right play, given what we know. Yep, taps Heart of Zadina to make mana. Lots of mana. 7 green, to be exact. Can tap a blue now, coalesce RFE. Draw some more cards. Be able to play this second extra Heart of Zadina. So yeah, Scribble has nothing here. Going to draw 2 cards. There's the Dragon Calling, but we are post-combat now. So we could have had lethal from Styles here if they had just done that pre-combat. So yeah, this is kind of sad to see. But I mean, Styles is just in so much of a winning position here. I don't think it really matters. And obviously can still fire off the Dragon Calling next turn to just insta-win. Kind of sad to see it gone now, though. Currently at Storm Count 1 only, actually. That fetches what? Tyrant, and can't fetch Shimmering. They can't fetch, like, Shimmering for lethal, but I can fetch Azos Tyrant. So the question is, do you want to Dragon Calling? I don't think you want to. I think you want to have it for that guaranteed lethal next turn, rather than just, I fetch out some big dragons. Let's Scribble into that super losing position. Yeah, choosing to Chaos is your redemption over Dragon Calling here. Okay, Chaos is your redemption. I wonder what this fetch is. Probably an RFE. Yep, there's an RFE. Beyond All Horizons to the route, and I'll probably just get a normal land. I don't think utility and one your Styles. Let me go check this. I guess you have Lotus Baron. But I don't know if Styles is. Styles, yeah, does have Lotus. No, doesn't. No, does have Lotus. So that is one definite. Lotus Baron's being kind of like a ruin. And 10 to the Grove. Interesting. You mostly want to hit R. Okay, Beyond All Horizon is probably one that you probably want to hit 10 booties into RFE the most. Beyond All Horizons is still very good. Yep, there's the Lotus Barons. And yeah, next turn Styles just straight up has lethal. 10 is a double spell, Dragon Calling, and the Tyrant, that's what? Yeah, that's I think like 30 damage around. Because you have 2 Shimmerings, that's 12. The Shimmerings copy both another so that's 4 times. Yeah, that's only 24 damage. Well, only 24, and yeah, you're hitting for. Wait, no, that's more than 20. Yeah, that's 6 times 6. That's 36. Basically, Styles wins next turn almost no matter what, even if this Mirror Gate. Wait, no, does Styles still have enough? Dragon Calling X equals 1 is still weak. The Scribble doesn't. Mirror Gate named Heart of Zadina feels so bad. So it might name one, because you have your own heart. You're not doing. I guess you're going to name Monument. Yeah, I think Styles has weak, so it doesn't matter. Styles just about the Monument, and then yeah, you 10, you Dragon Calling, fetch up lethal, and yeah, you do your thing, and you. So yeah, Styles will have lethal here. Let's This is a bit preemptive, but let's go look at the sideboard, especially Scribble. Forbidden Treasure, Conjure commands, not, and then the rest doesn't matter in Dire Straits. In Dire Straits might actually be ramping from south side. From Ruin, useless. Cockatrice, also pretty useless. From south side, you've got Slippery Bunyan, another biohazard, as you've got a Mirror Gate on own. Not sure how useful that is since that Scribble is using a lot of End of Days. So End of Days doesn't matter too much here since Styles still lethal off this Dragon Calling. But we see, yeah, actually, End of Days is just an online permanent. Though obviously you can choose one that you have. But still, battles are an online, and there are literally no battles in MSEM. But I mean, they're a type with Magic the Gathering. And there could be battles in MSEM actually if the set Alkaba Rise of Soul wins the wildcard, because that set has battles in it. Pretty interesting. From what I've seen of them, actually no, I don't really remember. Maybe there was one that's really good, but yeah, Styles definitely. Heart of Zadina makes a ton of mana. You to the Grove, you Dragon Calling, you win, and Scribble's tapped out. Yeah, makes 9 red mana. You spend what? 1, 2 red, 10 to hit Chattery. You do your thing, you get out lands, but it doesn't matter, it's just Storm. Storm count, that's 2 spells, so that ups your Dragon Calling to fetch 3 Dragon. You fetch Double Shimmering and Tyrant, or Tyrant Azos. Actually, no, Tyrant Azos Shimmering. Is it lethal? You cast it. Okay, actually, that's. So yeah, honestly, I think it's the right play to cast. Styles, Styles play a land? No, Styles didn't play a land, so Styles does 5, 6, 7, 9 from the orb. Styles has not played a land. I mean, Styles does actually have the Dragon Calling here, and that'll be lethal. So yeah, we see what the Feather Ramp deck here does, and we see Styles making good plays by playing conservative. So obviously Styles, or Scribble rather, is teched probably against different kinds of decks, in that it's running a ton of which are really not the best against the Turbo Ramp. So I can see why people might think they're really good against the deck. There's really not much in one turn, so the only valuable sleepers are Cascade does say, yeah, just gonna clarify that because it says put exiled cards. You exile that non-land card, so it should go to. And then yeah, we're gonna see the Dragon Calling, and yeah, up to 12 mana, Dragon Calling for 9, Shimmering, Tyrant, Scribble sacks all their cards for lethal, and that is so yeah. Who would have thought Dragon Storm card, and especially when it's literally unturbo instead of just effectively uncounted. So yeah, Dragon Calling, insane card here. Good in both MSEM and Canon. So I'd say that Dragon Storm is probably less problematic in Magic than Dragon Calling has, which is actually kind of inside. A big one from Styles. Okay, actually, I don't have Slippery. I cut it. Styles is this card here. Counters enchantment and a sorcery spell. It's nice, especially. The game has started. We're on the play here, and you got absolutely okay. Yeah, Styles has taken. You got Chattery into Dragon Calling, and you also have your 10 to the Grove to more. And but Scribble does not have counter spells at all, right? And you have Elryan turn 1 with Rimbaster, and then you can go and the Forest or whatever do probably, or it could be Monument of Queens off Chattery. You tutor up 3 things, or you could play more. But I don't think that's what you're trying to do. Forbidden Treasure. Very good draw from Scribble's side, so that will all the Chatteries out of the deck, and that's going to severely handicap Styles. The 10s are now red-green rampant growth, rather than, wow, I'm 3 mana quadruple. We'll see if Styles decides to play more conservative, or if Styles decides to go for it. I think with this hand, you probably... There's a Bunyip, so that could be a reason that you have that backup. Question is, do you really want to, or you wait for it to tap out? Perhaps on turn 3 for this Intrepid. Okay, yeah, going to play more conservative. I think that's what you use matchups, though. Obviously, I'm never going to play. Yeah, I'm bad at it. Reveal a turn, see what it gets. We're still thinking on her. Okay, going to take Monument of Queens. So yeah, put tap out for Intrepid here, which gives Styles a window to 10 to the Grove and quadruple ramp. And then that's not Dragon Calling. Quite close. That would be, yeah, obviously your Dragon Calling, even that is quite devastating. Tutor out Shimmering just to yield Tyrant. You'll have Tyrant. And if you get X equals 2, you have lethal through if they have no removal. Okay, Styles going to tap out for. So I think with what's in Styles, you're meant to growth. It's just the best play. And you also get your Elryan counter up. Interesting, Gate of Realms could be a better play here. We'll see what Styles think. I'm still leaning towards the growth. So get around, just drop it. Sure, you're ramping your opponent. They have that, and actually they do have good mana. So, but I don't think they're really going to. There's the grove. It's built. Yep, there's a Chattery Restoration, and yeah, we're going to see. The card the deck is really built around get cast finally. So yeah, this quadruple ramp here. One from hand, but it does have a Grim Bastion in graveyards. Is going to get the full trip. Put something in there. I guess it's technically correct to do it face down before your opponent does it, and get the basic out of deck. Probably blue, since you have red green. You have blue. The style is going to get hard as Scribble. These names are too similar. And yeah, they're both going to be able to triple ramp, but yeah, they're both going to be able to triple ramp, but Styles is going to be using that mana much then Scribble will be able to, and Scribble is a deck built to, so that is saying, obviously Styles is also a deck built as hard as yeah, well, you see Chattery turboing the game to 7 lands turn 4 for both players. I mean, yeah, that's what the card does. It gets you, what, 6 lands turn 3 if you cast it for 2 mana. That's what the card does. Is that a good thing? Debatable. But I mean, it's what the card does. 3 lands for both plays. Really insane. Also, you know what's also really insane? Is this actually happened to me once. Is your okay? There's the Indire, and that is a big one. Since that just Styles will immediately respond with that recap and his card draw. 4 mana RFE. That also is a really good con, especially, and obviously Styles just gave Scribble. So that 12, and it's not even 12. It's just 9, is going to be quite feasible. Which is, yeah, I mean, Scribble has 7 lands right now. 7, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Has that 9 already. So next turn we'll be able to force Styles to respond, but at that point, we'll see how that ends up. And sure, Scribble has Forbidden Treasure. That doesn't matter because Dragon Calling's uncounterable. Yeah, uncounterable. So yeah, Dragon Calling is a really good, really good card. And obviously Forbidden Treasure, also a good card, especially against Conjure Duplicators, which include one of my probably this card got against the waves. Here's my pro. Yeah, I love this card. You mill more, you draw more, you make some more, you draw, you make some more against the waves. It's just such a fun card, and yeah, it was absolutely before with having that. Before it was mill 2 plus X rather than X. Now the floor is a lot lower, but the ceiling remains pretty much the same. Before, like at this, I mill 7 versus, or like 7 versus 9 cards. That's not a huge difference. Or even like 20 or 22. Those aren't big difference. But 1 or 0 rather, that's just such a huge difference. And I think that's what made the card, yeah, bad in my opinion. It's still probably my favorite card, but I still think, yeah, actually Scribble can in Dire Straits similar to make even more mana. That's like is what all you really need. 12 total mana. And does Scribble have that? 1 mana short. Wow. Wait, no. Symbol untaps 2 lands. Oh no, already untapped. So that's 1, 7, 8, 9, 1, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 1 mana short of being able to Dire, which probably would have been game. But yeah, that could have been game. But 1 mana off. That must suck. Especially if it's not like a 2 to 3 mana or even 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. It's 11 to 12. Yeah, that just sucks. I don't know if I'm in a line, so I got a few. Actually, Styles could survive this by fetching Tyrant off Dragon Calling. You still feel bad, but I mean, Styles was probably because Tyrant. Like, sure, you only make 7. Only 7. That's only 9 times. No, is that 12? Oh yeah, no, it's because otherwise Scribble probably would. Interestingly, decided to born in Chan. I guess it hits Biohazard, but the other 3 modes aren't too relevant. I guess this is kill Biohazard, or I'm not sure about the mana value of Revelation. Coalesce card, so that could kill a Coalesce card. Their mana values are just their mana values, which I assume they probably are. So Shanjun's command can do what? Kill a Coalesce, kill a Biohazard. But here, does Styles us 6, so 1 land top short of winning the game. Both players 1 mana, not 1 land, because that would be Elright on to just win. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You fetch 7, and yeah, it's rough. I mean, 1, 2, the heart comes down, makes 8 mana. That's 9. That actually is lethal with Dragon Call if Styles sees them. And Shanjun's command does nothing. Forbidden Treasure, Dragon Calling's uncounterable. This spell can't be countered. And if this was like actual dragons, that would be different. You counter one of the storm copies. That's not lethal, but it's Dragon Calling, so straight up uncounterable. It rounds gets Heart of Zadina, play Heart of Zadina, make 8 red, tap 9. Dragon Calling, shimmering, attack for. So yeah, that's the line here. So you could fetch Tyrant as a conservative line to effectively win by making sack. Yeah, like all of their board, half their. So that's like 9 times permanent would have to. So either most of their land, if they want to keep be doing that, so probably their whole board plus 3 land, or maybe 2 of their board plus 4 lands. But yeah, that just looks so bad. If there's the Heart of Zadina, looks like Styles is the line. Gonna go for the dragon here. That's lethal. Or yeah, I don't. Yeah, Scribble has nothing to disrupt it. So if Styles goes for the, I just want to put that Scribble. Unless I missed Scribble, no instant. Sure, Sean June. Oh, end of all things aside. So that could be a reason to play safe on Styles side. I'd take the benefits of being able to just full now. Though obviously you could wait just one turn. Probably waiting is. But my aggro brain wants to win happen now. Thinking. Scribble going to let the dragon calling resolve. And be lethal this one. It's not really making. Scribble could have a sleeper, which would or the lethal sack a bunch of permanent. And then the next turn, I want lethal now. You can. Okay, going to go for Tyrant. We'll just have Scribble sack 6-9 permanent. Yeah, 9 permanent. If you sack 6 from 11, you're left with 5. Yeah, Scribble just concede. And that is GG's. Styles is 2-0 with Turbo Heart, and I helped build this deck. I hope this gets to top cut, so good luck to Styles. And thanks for everyone from MSEM.